You don't train a Rottweiler. Not in the way most people think. You don't command it into obedience. You don't bribe it into loyalty. And you definitely don't intimidate it into submission. Because this dog doesn't respond to tricks. It doesn't respond to volume. It doesn't even respond to skill, at least, not right away. What it responds to is respect. And here's the truth no one tells you until it's too late: you don't get that respect by accident. You have to earn it every single day. From the outside, people assume the Rottweiler is just another power breed. Big body, deep bark, intimidating stare. They think it's about strength, about control. But spend a week living with one, and that illusion disappears fast. This dog isn't just strong, it's smart. It's emotionally intelligent. It notices everything. Your mood, your tone, the way you walk into a room, the way you handle conflict, the way you respond when things don't go your way. And based on that, it decides something quietly and permanently: are you someone it can respect, or not? Most people assume respect and obedience are the same thing. They're not. Obedience is about responding to commands. Respect is about alignment. It's about the dog choosing to follow you, not because it has to, but because it wants to. And that difference? That's everything with this breed. Because if you lose a Rottweiler's respect, it won't fight you. It'll just start acting on its own. That's when the defiance creeps in. That's when the growls begin. That's when trust unravels. So how do you earn that respect? It doesn't come from dominance. It comes from consistency. Clarity. Presence. The Rottweiler is watching you from the moment it enters your home, not just when you're training, but all the time. It sees how you handle stress. It sees whether you enforce the rules when no one's looking. It knows whether your no means no or maybe. It notices how you correct bad behavior, and how quickly you break your own rules when it's inconvenient. And here's where most people fail: they think the Rottweiler will just grow into good behavior if they love it enough. But this breed doesn't grow into anything, it calibrates to the leadership it's given. If you're clear, it's calm. If you're chaotic, it's on edge. If you show weakness in your follow-through, it sees that as confusion. And when the Rottweiler senses confusion, it stops looking to you for guidance. That's when owners start to feel the shift. The dog stops checking in. Starts ignoring commands it used to follow. Starts reacting in unpredictable ways. Not because it's turning aggressive, but because it's acting on instinct. The instinct to take control when leadership disappears. This isn't dominance. It's survival. The Rottweiler isn't rebelling, it's adapting to your inconsistency. Now think about this: what message have you been sending your dog every day? Not with your words, but with your patterns? Does your dog know you'll follow through? Does it trust that you mean what you say? Or have you been changing the rules based on how tired, stressed, or distracted you are? That's why you don't train a Rottweiler the same way you train other dogs. You live your training. You enforce it through example, not just drills. You back it up with behavior. And when the dog sees that your expectations are backed by consistency, not emotion, not frustration, not threats, it begins to respect you. Not fear. Not obey. Respect. And here's the magic: once you earn that respect, everything changes. The dog starts relaxing. It starts following without tension. It starts watching you with calm eyes, not defensive ones. You don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to bribe. You don't even have to raise your voice. Because now, the dog wants to follow. Not out of habit, but out of alignment. But if you never earn that respect, you'll spend the life of the dog fighting little battles that never end. Tug of war on the leash. Power struggles over space. Barking that doesn't stop. Obedience that only works when the dog feels like it. And eventually, you'll hear the most dangerous phrase a Rottweiler owner can say: he listens. Most of the time. Because most of the time is the gap where things go wrong. So if you're raising a Rottweiler, or thinking about getting one, ask yourself: do you want obedience? Or do you want respect? Because obedience without respect is fragile. One loud noise, one strong distraction, and the dog tunes you out. But respect? Respect holds up under pressure. It shows up when the dog is triggered. It shows up when it's off leash. It shows up when the stakes are real. Respect is what turns a powerful dog into a reliable partner. But here's the part no one wants to admit: it takes more work to earn it than any training program can give you. You can't download it. You can't shortcut it. You build it, moment by moment, with every action you take. And when you break it, it doesn't come back with an apology. The Rottweiler doesn't care about your intent. It cares about your actions. If you were inconsistent, the dog logged that. If you were reactive, it logged that too. And if you confused love with leadership, the dog adjusted by stopping its trust in you. But here's the good news: if the respect is gone, you can earn it back. Not with treats, not with techniques, with presence, with boundaries, with emotional discipline. You stop talking so much and start acting like someone worth following. You become someone your dog wants to follow. That's what every successful Rottweiler handler understands. This dog isn't wired for submission, it's wired for partnership. And that partnership only exists if respect is mutual. You show up calm. You follow through on your rules. You enforce boundaries with patience, not emotion. And you lead by example, not by command. You don't train a Rottweiler, you earn its respect. And when you do, it gives you something no other breed can match: complete loyalty, silent protection, unquestioned trust. But only if you've proven you're worthy of it. And if you haven't, the dog will know. And it won't follow you, no matter how many commands it knows. So the real question isn't whether your Rottweiler is trainable. It's whether you're someone it can respect.